Okay, so for our Algebra 1 class today, we're going to be going over polynomials. So our objective is going to be at the end of the lesson, students will understand how to group, combine, and simplify polynomials using addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So we're going to start with addition. How do we add these polynomials? We just group the like terms and then combine them together to get the simplest form. So we're just going to start with some easy examples. For this first example here, 6a cubed plus 12a squared minus 15a plus 4a squared minus 12a plus 8. We're going to start with rewriting and identifying. So we're going to identify the 12a squared plus the 4a squared, as I have common terms, and the negative 15a and the negative 12a. So then we're going to rewrite this to group and combine these like terms. And then once we add them together, we get our solution of 6a cubed plus 16a minus 27a plus 8. All right, so I'm going to let you guys do example 2 on your own, and then we'll meet back to make sure that we did this correct. Okay, so we're going to rewrite it as 5b plus 4a squared minus 8 plus 3a squared minus 2b squared plus 6b. Alright, then we can identify that this 4a squared and this 3a squared are common terms, and that this 5b and 6b have common terms. So then we are going to group them together. We're going to start with our 4a squared plus 3a squared minus 2b squared plus our 5b plus 6b minus 8. And we're going to group these together and combine them to get 7a squared minus 2b squared plus 11b minus 8. All right. So then we are going to continue to work with how to subtract polynomials. So when we subtract these polynomials, we're going to reverse the sign of each term we're subtracting and then combine like terms. So let's move on to some examples. For our first example here, we're going to change and rewrite these signs. So when we change and rewrite, should look something like this. Change the sign so we have a negative 8a cubed plus, because we're changing, 14a squared minus, because we're changing, 17a. All right. So then we're going to rewrite and identify our terms. And we can identify this 4a squared minus 14a squared. And then we can do this a and this negative 17a. Then we're going to move on to group and combine. So we can get this negative 8a cubed out in front plus our 4a squared plus our 14a squared plus a minus 17a minus 2. So we group these, and combine them to get the solution of negative 8a cubed plus 18a squared minus 16a minus 2. So again, I'm going to let you guys work on your own for example 2, and then we'll go over the solution together. All right, so write it all out, but remember, once we rewrite, we need to change the signs. So once we get here, we know it's going to be a negative 4b squared. Change the sign to positive 6b. Change the sign, positive 10. Okay. So then we are going to rewrite and identify. So what can we identify here? Well, we know that we have a 3b squared and a negative 4b squared. We also know we have some without a b value. We have a negative 3 and a 10. All right, so let's rewrite this out so we can group and combine them. So we're going to go with a 3a squared plus a 3b squared minus a 4b squared plus a 6b minus 3 plus 10. All right, let's group these together and combine those terms to give us our solution of 3a squared minus b squared plus 6b plus a 7. And there's our solution to example 2. So now we get our addition and subtraction, so we're going to move on to multiplying polynomials. So we would multiply each term in one polynomial by each term in the other polynomial. We add them together and then combine, group, do the same steps. So once we get into this one, we are going to move this up for you. There we go. Multiply and identify. So, like we said, we're going to multiply each term in one polynomial by the other. So to do this, we're going to multiply 8a to 2a, okay? So that is going to give us 16a squared. Then we're going to multiply 8a to 5, and that is going to give us 40a. Then we're going to take 4 and multiply it to 2a, which is going to give us 8a. And then we're going to multiply this 4 to our 5 to give us 20. All right, now let's identify those terms. Okay, what can we identify here? Well, we know that there's an A and an A. All right. So then we're going to write and group these together. Let me get this here. So let's combine those terms to get our solution. Our solution for this one is going to be 16a squared plus 48a plus 20. Just like that. So again, I'm going to give you guys some time to work on our last example of the day for multiplication. All right. So first steps. First, we're going to multiply this one over here to give us 4b cubed. Multiply 2b squared to our 2 to give us 4b squared. Multiply negative b to 2b to give us a negative 2b squared. Multiply negative b to 2 to give us a negative 2b. And our last one, we're going to multiply negative 1 to give us a negative 2b. And multiply negative 1 to 2 to give us a negative 2. So we multiplied all of it out. Now let's identify our like terms. So we have a positive 4b squared and a negative 2b. We also have two negative 2b's. So what we can do now is group and combine. Combined our 2b squareds and our b's. All right, so combine them together to give us our solution of a 4b cubed plus 2b squared minus 4b minus 2. And now we have each of our addition, subtraction, and multiplication polynomials. And when we regroup for next class period tomorrow, we'll go over how to do these more in depth, how to give us some more variables, and so on and so forth. So make sure that we go over this for today so we are prepared for tomorrow's polynomial.